oh no, I was a good child. But now I'm starting to succumb on whatever that he's doing because he came as a friend. The pain and the sorrows, they washed away. But now instead of being washed away, it feels like the pain are added.
Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Piet Mjaja. Please don't forget to subscribe, to comment, and to share this video. So today I have my second guest, and I will let him to introduce himself. Piet Mjaja is a young man from Heidelberg in a small township called Ratanda. He's an ex-addict of low-grade heroin, Mandrex, and Dacha. He is currently working as a motivational speaker, using his own story to change the lives of young people through community outreach programs and school visits. He has acquired a qualification in drug counseling level 2 and has also worked on Kaya FM radio as a motivational speaker. Piet has been clean from drugs for 6 years, 8 months and currently studying for a diploma in child and youth care worker. With this qualification, he is hoping to continue to work with young people and drive positive impact in his community. Hi, Piet.
Hi, Matthew. Thanks for this opportunity. Such a grateful and honor to come to your podcast. Is it a podcast?
We are getting there. It's just a YouTube channel, and we are having conversations and, trying to impact people with the stories that we share.
That's awesome. Lovely. I was asking myself that, what is it that I need to be part of this? Yeah.
Because you've got a story to tell.
Really?
Yeah. And you guys are going to find out, because I know about the story, but I feel like it's a beautiful story that people need to learn from. Hopefully you'll help someone out there that will, draw some hope from your story.
Oh wow, awesome. It is in my heart that the story that I have could be conducive to someone else. The aim is not to impress, but it's to impact.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
So before we get to the story, before we get to the juices of this interview, let's talk about who is Piet. Where do you come from? Your upbringing? How can you just explain who is Piet?
Yeah, where do I start?
From the beginning, who is Piet?
It kind of something like that, but Piet is someone come from like a small township which is called Ratana. But I was born in Heidelberg at Jordan Park, being raised by my Jewish, hence my name is Piet.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I've been raised by a single parent. My dad ngicabanga bekazitholile isitoko sasemakhishini.
Yeah.
So yeah, it happens. I was raised by a single parent. Then
sorry to cut you. So your dad is also from Ratanda?
No.
Okay.
My dad is from Eastern Cape.
Oh, okay.
At Mabel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's where your mom and your dad met, because your mom was a domestic worker.
No, they've met around here in Heidelberg because my dad was also working in mine around Joburg. My mom was working here in Heidelberg as a domestic worker.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So actually what happened by Gucci, I've been raised by a single parent. When I was 5, was moved to in the township, as I've said earlier on, that my mom had raised us down. So kuba into ukuthi went to in township, I was raised by my granny. Life wasn't easy because you are not used to izinto zaselokishini and all. So what I've learned, because of my color skin and all, I started to have low self-esteem and all. But then get to cut izinto before we even go forward and all, because you're asking to Piet one.
Okay. No, but I'm interested to know about that. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. Yeah. So tell me more about that have affected your self-esteem.
Or coming back to the township and all. So you're coming back to the township, ufike lokishini, but umnyama. Then it gets to the part of hey, you need that affirmation and approval from the society and all. So yeah, it happens. Remember, I've been raised by a granny my mom is no longer there, she's busy namabhuni edrobheni sisele thina elokishini sikhulisa ugogo and ugogo she's not educated. So it reached the part ukuthi you'll find ukuthi mangatholi affirmation uzoyithola estradeni.
True.
Mayithola estradeni udinga umuntu ozokubiza ngesikhokho. Udinga umuntu ozokubiza ngenja. So how do you affiliate to such? Okay, cala ngokuthi when I was in grade 7 I was introduced to marijuana and cigarettes. By then like kula ngibone khona nami ukuthi no ngiyayithola approval manje sebabona ukuthi hayi boy uyinja.
Because you are liked by your peers.
Exactly.
It's the in thing.
You get what I'm saying? It also gives comfort to an individual. But really, this is the world that you belong to. So yeah, it started like that. So okay, it goes. It goes to Guti Manje. As I've told you earlier, I've been raised by my grandma and my kitchen. I go to high school. Mangifike high school vele nginalento lena ukuthi like angisafuni ukuthi ngisivalile kaphandle being left out yabo. Ngifuna vele mangifika basho ukuthi yazina uPiet ukhona manje yonke into izinto ziyenzeka and all. Like I need to be that naughty child to teachers and all so that everyone will give me attention ngayitholi from home. Because one thing that you need to understand ukuthi we've been raised from dysfunctional families, toxic communities. And when I'm referring to dysfunctional families, I'm not referring to poor families, because you might find
you have money but still the family is
the parents and all, but then they're absent and all. But because the only time like was hustling for us, Bigizama enza yonke into for us, but because of the approval from the street wasn't enough for us to study that affirmation, which is pillar and pillar.
And I think, sorry to cut you, and I think also remember their era is not the same as ours. So Bona, what is affirmation to them? You know, they don't really understand what is affirmation. It's us that have grown up to have the opportunity to understand our love language. To say, you know, UPD, his love language is affirmation. You know, that is how he draws his confidence from.
That's correct. Yes.
His sense of belonging from. So I mean, we can't blame our parents, you know, because they only did what they knew, Nabo, from their upbringing.
That's so true. Ilendo bengisho mina ukuthi iolela mina like I'm so proud of her as a single parent. Ukuthi time okay kube into ukuthi babe nabantwana, but then he left he was a taxi owner at Express Mabele while he was bekasebenza mine. So sisele thina sisele sodwa. Okay, this information bengayazi ngiyazi after like sengikhulile ukuthi time lami right. So manje olami lizama ngalendlela ukuthi mama bekazama ngalendlela lena ukuthi yonke into esidingayo yasenzela. The style, the trends and all, like as much as he was a domestic worker, but Bigizama and told, okay, then it happened because I was looking for an affirmation. Remember, we've been raised from dysfunctional families and toxic communities. Mankhuluma ngama toxic communities, what is it that was charismatic to us? Ukubona umuntu oshaya iBM obhema ugwaye emotweni. Ngisho ukuthi nami one of the days I want to be this like to be like this uncle yangithola. Nami ngifuna ukushaya iBM lami and all, not knowing ukuthi uthole kanjani umalume iBM. So it happened ukuthi okay, when I was in grade 8 I started like ukuthi mine escalate with marijuana and cigarette. But then if lo bicala la siswami. Then when I was graduating from cigarette and marijuana to human drugs.
So where did you get access to that from high school?
It was like the guys that we are associating with. We're no longer associating with our peers. Some of the guys who are out of schools and all, they see the potential. It's okay. Untwana ushaya sneaker fresh, untwana ugrand. Gusho he's one of those of our target. Ukuthi singabashela. Mangithi singabashela, we are proposing to them that they could be part of us. And they being part of those guys, but like already they had the affirmation, as I've said earlier on. There was this lack of self-esteem in the beginning. So mom told umuntu onjalo ukuthi like then I'll have the approval not only at school but of the society.
So the guys that approached you were also within the school premises, or those were older guys not in the school?
No, who are out of schools.
Yeah.
You'll find most of them drop out.
Okay.
And like as drop out, they are using that to see these younger guys and all because they are in their pet. So we also gonna like recruit them and like be in the same pet now. So again, like I mean in Bendrex and all, but it happens in Bendrex wasn't good enough for me. Because there was this friend of mine, but I say UJ. Magafige UJ, he was doing great with his studies and all. He's coming from like a fortunate family, abanda right, got like umama no baba, baspana grand and all. So now you don't inspiration give me.
Because you know you don't have a mother is working, the father is not present. So now you look up to this beautiful family.
You get what I'm saying? It's no longer about him, but it's about where he comes from.
Yeah.
Whatever that he's doing, that's what is correct.
Yeah.
So when they would like, okay, umchithambile wa esikolweni, bekefunde UJ. He didn't come back to us and come back with a low-grade heroin. Known as the Yunga, Noma Inyao Bestradin. He introduced it to us. What's a tycoon scave? Mind you, a tycoon. We're no longer speaking about cheap stuff, say.
So he calls you a tycoon?
No. This drug that it's having, it's a tycoon. You cannot consume something that it's tycoon if you are not a tycoon. So
that is how it's labeled in the streets. They call it, okay.
When you start. Okay. So it was a tycoon scave. Okay, we're not even aware. Like this is low grade heroin in
Yeah.
Okay, since we black, as I've told you earlier on, I was an addict of Emendrex. Emendrex baby black 2 hours then we are sober. Manje he come with the stuff. Black corner like you're gonna be like high for 5 to 6 hours. We are still new on that damage. Okay, then it happened.
So, but tell me, because I think the gap that we are missing here is that you are from it's not like you were poor.
True.
However, your mom was doing her best with the little that she was getting, right?
Yes.
And you were being, taken care of by your grandmother.
Yeah.
So where did you get this money? Because I don't think, in such a situation, you would afford that kind of a money when you're in primary, high school, and university. So where did you get that money?
Hey, that's deep. Sorry to say, but I'll share to you, my sister, because I trust you. Okay. As I've told you, I've been raised by my granny. My mom is like busy in my kitchen and all. She's not here. You'll ask your granny for email of photosynthesis.
Yeah.
Ukuthi gogo kufuneka incwadi for photosynthesis. Then gogo athi yini leyo nto le.
So umnikeza ama terminology from the school. Knowing that she wouldn't understand, but for her it's for school.
Most definitely. And they care because they've never had this opportunity bona bayofunda yangithola. They want ukuthi izukulu zabo ngathi zingenza kahle ekoleni. So we took advantage of them because they're not well informed of such. Okay, what is that I could do? But it didn't end there. Yeah, kunezinto deep, my sister. I was recruited when I was doing grade 10 by Abu Baba Badala Bala Hitlipek Abapantayo, who are living like life now. This is like
it's that you are looking up to.
Exactly. It's something that you love to as an individual. Now, my big recruiter like most definitely I wanna be part of that. So we'll do things and get gazisholana cause
it's fine.
We don't wanna find ourselves.
We don't want to be in trouble. We are not here to name people.
So it was there to see. imali beyiba khona ilifani ukuthi ngiyi-student ngizophatha u-15K esikolweni.
By then you were in high school or varsity?
No, I was in high school. Oh, another point that we need to correct, ukuthi I was never being in varsity.
Okay.
Due to, as I've said to you earlier on, ukuthi the friend of mine befunde EJ.
Oh, okay.
I was doing my matric.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So mina, I didn't manage to further my studies, but instead what I did, ngike ngathola umsebenzi. Manguthola umsebenzi lapho ngithola bobaba abadala abakwazi ukwenza izinto phakathi la sikhona bathi hayi boy yabona amafuna ukuba ne-3,600 rand each and every day singayenza kanje ngithi oh really but yeah okay they told me like how it rolls and it reached the part ukuthi one of the guys oyi-director la besisebenza khona because I will never name the company.
Yes. Yeah.
Maka ngithola uthi young man you're still young. We don't want to call a detective so that we'll come with a polygraphy test and so that you might find yourself being in jail and all. So the best way you resign. I was like, oh, okay, that's 100.
So they found that you were also involved in...
Yes, but they didn't have like something that's authentic.
Yeah, proof to say this is what you were doing.
Get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, I was 100 with that. Banginike resignation letter. Ngase ngiyayisana i-resignation letter ngayihlala elokishini maybe nginikeze i-resignation letter kuyabheda my sister.
Imali ayingeni.
My sister okay ngiyabona ukuthi imali ayingena ngisho. I'm already being introduced to low grade heroin yaziwa ngokuthi nyawuphe elokishini.
Yeah.
Manje bangiresignisa banginikeza imali zami. Banginikeza imali zami I need to go back to the township. And spy.
And remember that job was also giving you that affirmation that you are somebody.
Get what I'm saying?
Within your peers, with your community.
My spy, really lokishini. Ngithi, oh, okay, what is it that I could use as an alternative? Ngiyavanga choose. Starting to stop for myself. Ngiyabuya ngizothengisa elokishini.
You stopped what?
Ngithengisa ama-drugs, my sister. Ngihamba ngiyosteka low grade heroin.
So where did you know where they...
Ngiyosteka inyawuphe, my sister. Like, angithi phela umjitha lo wase-EJ bekazi ukuthi kuthengiswa kuphi.
Oh, so he was your connection.
Like, ngihamba ngithenga ama-drugs. Mangibuye elokishini ngiyathengisa. But then my downfall was angeke uthengisa ama-drugs ubhema.
Yeah.
Because bengibhema ne-store. It didn't work out.
You didn't get any profit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But lalela uNkulunkulu emuhle. Hey my sister, like kuba into ukuthi it happens ukuthi ngihlele ekhaya for 8 months. Then I apply umsebenzi and they mind you bayakucheck ukuthi like physical you are 100 and all, then they will do drug test and all. Mengifika lapha yana ngifika 3 of the guys bafail medical test. Bafail medical test, mind you, bayfail they're using marijuana. I mean, I'm using crack cocaine, I'm using Mendrax, I'm using low grade heroin. So already feeling ngiyabona sengifailile la.
Yeah.
Then it happened ukuthi physical test ngiyayipass. Mangiyipass physical test kumele kenze urine test manje.
So you passed the physical test, meaning the medical test?
Yes, but it's only the physical. The medical test, like it goes with physical, then they need to do the urine, which they need to check with there are no drugs in your system and all. Yeah. Hey, ngiyahlala ke phezu kombhede lapha. Mangihlala phezu kombhede, there was this lady bekangitest. She was an old white lady. Hey, make test urine. Started crying. What's wrong? I had this fear that if I'm not getting this job, I might find myself being in prison or being in debt. So I really need this job. Auntie lo bekengitesta lokho komlungu. Uthi I so wish my niece was like you. Hey, T Holmes. Yangithola ukuthi auntie lo ngitestayo, they also got the same problem now because despite of the color.
Sure.
despite of the color, but they also got the same problem. Nami I've got a niece who's doing drugs, but akakabi ready ukuthi ashe emndenini. Okay, I was approved. Ngaqala emsebenzini, mengiqala emsebenzini ngingena ku-engineering field as a general worker. I've never done anything like involve science and purements and all. I was a commercial student. Okay, it's fine. Mengifike emsebenzini went to an induction. They told us about the ethics, the section and the acts. Bengila, writing everything. Section under the one, okay. You don't carry something that is heavy under. Okay, cool. Then it happened. We go to the site. I only worked there for 1 month as a general worker. That's only promotion. That promotion was dead. It wasn't really a promotion, but they were isolating me because Babo, this one gonna enlighten this other one. So nje masimsusa. Kuba ukuthi masisebenza, there was this other day mele sikuke something that was 400 kg and all. It is section and acts number one says
so
we are not allowed to carry this
because you studied them.
Ngithi guys, with this other general workers besebenza nabo, ngithi ningayiphakamisi. Told our superior ukuthi ngithe singayiphakamisi leyo nto leyo. Then they come later on, they were like,
this one is problematic.
They're shouting and all, but no, Piet, uthi singayiphakamisi le nto leyo. So I'm not talking to them about anything else, but what I do, the law says, act in the section, akufanelekanga ukuthi siziphakamise lezi zinto lezi. Then they were like, oh, we need to do something. I wasn't there, but it was in my head. Okay, they were like, no, we need to do something about this one. But the promotion as a material control. I'm identifying spools match abazo install on site. So I'm relaxed. I'm working on my own space. I'm no longer working
in a group.
Because they know I will be like influence level with bangayenz lento le. Okay, to cut the matter short and the long story. Okay, it happens in Spanile lapha Spane for 3 years, 5 months.
Yeah.
I was earning 4,500 rand weekly.
How old were you by then?
How
old?
Yo, I was very young. It was 2012 by then, being like 21.
And then 4,500 weekly. So in a month you were making how much?
18 grand. And it started very well. I would say, I'm giving my mom 1,500 rand, ngamanyamalanga, 750, because she doesn't know the exact pay that I'm getting at work. Mind you, my mom, like, she's not educated and all that. So also my pay slip and all. I cool. Go be like whatever I'm thinking it's hard to appreciate. But it reached the part like but I'm earning, getting paid each and every week. You'll ask me what's the sequence in Jan. When you are a drug addict, I'm a drug say escalate on, because while I was not working, I was smoking 90 rand per day. It's escalated from Guba, like Nseng Pema, 300 rand Exen, 300 rand Tambam. Now I'm no longer using like in gas, there is money that I will have each and every week in Gaga. So then it happens to go to loan sharks, So you smoked the 18,000 and it was less.
So would you say, like, how long did the 18,000 last you?
I wasn't getting 18,000 like exactly because I was earning 4,500 weekly. Yeah. So what would happen? Sorry for that. Gube into uthi ngihambe it ended up like, okay, no machine is surrounding. There's a loan shark in our area.
Yeah.
I'll go to him and say like, I need this kind of an amount. They will say like they need my ID, they need my bank account. They're the one now who gonna go when I'm getting paid. Go to the ATM and you draw the amount, whatever amount that it's left behind, then I'll give it to me. I was like, oh, okay. They're doing an administration of my payment now. Okay, cool.
And you trust them with your bank?
Cool. We live in the society and everyone is calling there our grannies and like, so I was like, oh, okay, cool. It's 100. But it reached a part where I was like, no. This guy who's busy withdrawing my money, he's not even educated. He never went to school. How can I allow such to happen into my life? Okay, there was this day at work, I was like, no. Lunchtime, I'm going to the bank. Mind you, he had the guy who was a loan shark. He had my ID, my bank account, my bank card. Cool, I was 100 with that. I went to Heidelberg Mall. I went there. When I went there, these guys who are on the forefront, the cashiers and all, I produced the card that I was using as a token card at work because it got my picture, ID number and all as a proof. They refused to for me to do another account. I started to be dramatic then. I was like, you guys got my fingerprint on your store, but now I'm coming here as a customer coming from KZN, and I told you guys I've left my item from KZN. You guys are expecting me to go back to KZN so that I'll come and produce my ID here so that I will be able to produce, so that I'll do another account. What you are doing here is unethical and all. They were like, I asked for their manager. The manager was so calm and all. He was like, sorry, but what's your problem? She helped me and all. After that procedure, mind you, I'm doing a new account. I gave them at work. When I gave them at work that new account, okay, I'm earning 4,500 rand. When I gave them this new account, they're gonna pay me on this new account.
Okay.
The guy who got my ID and my bank card.
The loan shark.
Yes. At the end of the day, when it's about 12:15, our money is in. I send him 1,000 rand. Then I go back to his house and say like, angazi la belungu benzani, bathi manje umsebenzi so mncane.
So then what were you doing? So you'd also smoke the other money?
This other one, I'm no longer even giving back to my family and all, I'll smoke all of it. So mangibuya emsebenzini ngishayisela kuyo lo mashonisa. So that it could be on the tip. Abo mashonisa, they are so dangerous. Ngibuyela kuye lo mashonisa ukuthi angithi yabona belungu asishare, angithi we're sharing this 4,500 rand, asishare
the 1,000
which I'm the one who have sent to you this 1,000 rand. Ngithi asishare this 1,000 rand. Then we chat, okay, it happened ukuthi umsebenzi uyaphela, we're done because we were working in Sapref and this Terminal 2 here in Jameson Park. Uyaphela umsebenzi. Mawuphela umsebenzi, there was a chance that I was supposed to go to Australia, noma Mozambique. It wasn't like South Africa. Like South Africa, you guys abantu abazosebenza, you do urine test. Urine test, yangibona ngifaka ijini, mangifaka ijini kanje ngithi ngaphasi kwejini.
Hayibo.
Hey, ngicamela ngithi my sister ngicela nje sibophe kahle. Ngithi lapha kwejini stays in my undies.
And then you submit that urine as yours.
Mangifika lapha, then go to our private place and all. Messy keep her very whatever that I have. Ngiyachacha ngithela lapha, then test negative even if I'm positive with drugs. Then it's 100 we continue. Hey, there's agent ethatha abasebenzi bala South Africa to deploy them to different countries. Employment agent Africa. Hey, mesifika lapha, hey, ngiyabona ukuthi kuyabheda la.
So you did get to Australia?
No, I didn't.
Or where they were assessing you guys?
Yeah, sigu agent as approve ukuthi like it was okay for us to skip the country and all. Manje like yazi mophe mama drugs ingqondo inokusebenza ibuye ilahle isebenze ibuye ilahle. Ngithi hey I went there. Qhubeka ngiyaphambili. Mesifika lapha bathi it's blood test.
Sure.
Hey.
So the thing is not working anymore.
Then it takes ukuthi you need to pray now.
Pray that what God must remove the drugs in your system.
Hey, my sister, you never know. The miracles, they always work. So, like, you need to pray now. I have prayed, but then it happens. It was my turn. Sasha, ziti crack cocaine, ziti positive. Ziti Mendrex, ziti positive. Ziti low-grade heroin, ziti positive. Sebengenzele ne-certificate on this company that I was working for as a material control, ukustudisha ama-drawings nama-spools abawafunayo, mele ngibanikeze nje kuphela. The guy who was testing me wangibuza ukuthi upractice kanjani?
Yeah.
Doing all these drugs. Do you know ukuthi you are putting the country in danger? Because ama-storage esisipane now, my sister, one thing that you need to understand. Ama-storage we-petroleum. I need to be in charge of it because I'm the one who've authorized. Ukuthi lezi zinto lezi zi-right, ukuthi ngayozi-installa nizibeke kanje, they're okay. Basidabula i-certificate, angisakhona ukuya eMozambique, angisakhona ukuya e-Australia. Coming back to the township again. Ngithi Knox, ngibuye elokishini.
Yeah.
Going to Joburg now. That's when izinto zibad. I went to Joburg, I rent a flat. A flat in Ilrese for only 1 month. Then I went to Stratton Park. Mangfugate Park, I wanted the ringleader of Park of Amajita Pemai. I told the ringleader, Gamshela ngiphethe imali.
So you had money to pay for the rent?
Yes, I had money to pay for the rent. No, I've paid, then I leave while I still had money to pay for the rent, but I couldn't continue because I was like, I was like, I
was leggy in the drugs, but you had lega with the rent.
Drugs are so deceiving.
Yeah.
And like while you're in them, you wouldn't see that.
Yeah.
They would see like, cool. Yeah, but park. Park. I'm making a good relationship because I'm getting a mile with the ringleader. Angitholile ikhona. Ejoze awume ekhoneni nje. Ekhoneni engasilakho mase kuthola ume ekhoneni engasilakho sikufaka impanga.
Yeah.
Because this is our spot. That's where we hustle. Awunalo ilungelo lokuma la. Okay, cool. Sihlale eJozi. Masihlale eJozi back then akusafani namanje la elokishini manje abantu abathengisayo that these guys are coming from like you'll find they're from KZN and all. Back then bekuba like abantu abafana nayo you could sell drugs elokishini.
Okay.
And we were okay with that. Akekho umuntu ongakuhlukumeza and all. So makuba ileyo nto le kuba into ukuthi hey mathi uzothenga ama drugs mathi uhlale elokishini siyamazi. Asimkhuthuzeni ubulala abafowethu elokishini. Uyayibona ingqondo esinayo?
Yeah.
Because we understand ukuthi lento iyasibulala nathi. We cannot allow abanye abafowethu to succumb to such. Like we need to have a stumbling block ezoba stop abafowethu. They cannot continue with this.
So you're working to save others while you also need help.
While we're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
Hey, okay, sibabambe inkunzi. Take the drugs now because sibabamba ngoba bayothengisa ama drugs elokishini. Masibabamba bayothengisa ama drugs elokishini. My sister kunalento ukuthi yabo they are ruling a country ethu. I won't say country igoli because mina like ngibazele igoli baliphethe igoli kanje. There was this other day but they wanna teach us a lesson. Mabathi they wanna teach us a lesson. Bengibona how do they teach a lesson kwabanye abantu. I was like, no, I need to go home. Whereas bengiphethe ama-drugs.
So why did they want to teach you a lesson?
Sibathathela ama-customer.
Oh, okay.
Uzothenga uyathengisa elokishini thina siyakukhuthuza uzobuya kanjani on the park.
So did they teach you a lesson?
Lalela, ngitshela. Ngibona ukuthi yabo la we are in danger now. yabo if like angibaleki ngekhaya ngizovuka ngiyimissing person engikiphindi itholakala nama-drugs e-5,000 nginomjitha friend of mine oyi-taxi owner akusiyi-taxi owner as such kubo banga-taxi owner but bekazibiza ngosomathekisi yangithola so this friend of mine ngisasambe selokishini langakithi elokishini langakithi bayabhayisa mind you we come back to eRathana siyabuya-ke la elokishini masibuya la elokishini siyathengisa futhi masithengisa uthengisa kanjani ama-drugs wabhebe.
So by then, how long were you in the street?
3 months.
And then home? What is your grandmother or your mother saying? Are they looking for you?
Oh, my mom was back in car. Sorry for that information azangisakunikeza.
No, it's fine.
My mom was back in car. Sekabuyile, sekaya travel and all. Ugogo like she's okay and all. But they are worried ukuthi nguphi. Yangithola but because kuba abantu who are not educated enough abazazi nalezi zinto zokwenza ba missing person and all like bona basho uthawuda kula ma-drugs wakhe uzobuya ngithole kuba ile nto le ayikho ngiyabuya elokishini mangibuya elokishini ngibuya I'm not going to my place because ngiyakhumbula that day I was wearing ibruku on the other side like a full trouser baby short on the other side was full. So ngithi no uma wami uzokhala mangifika endlini ngiso yabo angifuni ukumlimaza let me not go home. We go to our friends laba ababhemayo and all went there started selling and all manje sisiyalo sodwa yabo mase sile then didn't work out. This other guy engibuya naye kahle ngahamba buyele emuva makabuyele emuva sengiphandala elokishini.
Where are you staying? Where are you sleeping?
Ngilala la ngifikele khona at my friend's place.
Okay.
It's not even friends, but it's someone ngoba ngiphethe ama-drugs. Yeah, he's my
so
friend.
So he was staying alone?
No, hlala nabazali bakhe. Abazali bakhe they were so wrong, so rich to say. Uma wakhe bekathi spare me like arathi ubamba nabakhe.
Really?
So kuba ile nto ukuthi like hey as someone owazi ukuthi kha ubuya kulo ne you'll ask yourself ukuthi tsubanga nabaka like kanjani ngoba lento esibhema wrong. Okay, cool.
But now maybe she probably gave up on the son and like, you know what, I've done everything that I could.
It could be, but enye into bengiyibona ukuthi bekanalento ukuthi bekumzali lo othi my son I know it very well can hustle. So makathola abantu abaso it's okay ngeke ngisahlupheka because imali yami grant seyiphelile because of my son. So makathola abopit bayaphanda siyazi. So njengoba ethola abopit kanje abopit like they will make the yoke to be much easier kimi kule mali ye grant because beke mdala uma ngakhona beke kholi grant. Okay, cool. But then ngeke khambe yabo ngiyamhlonipha mina umuntu omdala. Nginalento le ukuthi umzali benganasi isibindi sobhemela phambi kwakhe lo mama but bekathi tsubanga banabakha ubona ukuthi like it's a challenge for me.
Yeah.
Uzophema kuye but like it's a challenge.
You still had that thing that it's an adult and
can't smoke like close to my mom and say ngingakho even today uma wami mina ngibhema ama-drugs for 13 years uma wami never see me even a single day ngibhema ama-drugs because bengisaba ukuthi umuntu omdala cannot present such to her.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Fast forward the story and all kube nokuthi siyahamba ke siyahlukana I'm going back to my place ngekhaya. Mangifika ekhaya okay already ngihambe ekhaya sengibahlukumezile vele with the stuff ukuthi ngibhema ama-drugs ngenza nini but uNkulunkulu emuhle mfethu. Oh God, it's so amazing. Say there was this other gig that we did. Ama-gig angishiyazi ngikhuluma ngani So there was this other gig that we had. Must be down. I was telling this other friend of mine ukuthi mina ngikhathalele impilo because I'm scared with my mom gonna die because of izinto engizenzayo and all and ama siblings wami azothi uma ushonile because of you.
Yeah.
Okay, but this friend of mine bekangakabi like content enough ukuthi like ufuna ukuyeka ama-drugs. This other lady hlangana naye uthi hayi noma there are chances ukuthi ngawayeka ama-drugs so she told us about the place that is in KZN,
a rehabilitation center.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, mina mfethu mind you angazi ngayi-rehab. Abantu engihlala nabo la dala babhema mangibuza ukuthi indoda boye kuyiphi rehabilitation center asho like they are minded from their families and athi they've asked for 30k ukuthi urelapse uyabhema siphema naye.
So you didn't believe in rehabilitation?
Even myself, like I didn't even like see it happening because like bazithatha 30,000 endlini.
Yeah.
So like into against okay, cool. But I'm telling this woman about this free rehabilitation center and all. I was like, I'm keen. I wanna go there. Hey, it happens with ngiyahamba. Mangihamba ngiyakhona it was in KZN the rehabilitation center ngiyabuka. I went there. Mengifika it was in a rehabilitation center. It's a faith base.
Okay.
Ngifika ngiphethe imali yokubuya nokuya.
Yeah.
Ngathi mangifika ngithi hi, I'm going back home. And I can't like okay cool. Mengifika lapha ngiyahlala. Mengifika but cigarettes not allowed. It was like, dude, what's that? Can't be. I mean, I'm not here for cigarettes. I'm here for like
cocaine,
crack cocaine, illicit heroin, Mendex. This isn't not cigarette. But I was like counting hours. But it took me 7 hours to reach this place. The woman who was pleading to me,
so meaning you eventually went back home and then she gave you the money to go to KZN?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. After like talking to this lady.
Yeah.
That was like in between us, but like you couldn't like yo.
Okay.
I went there. I stayed the first week. Oh, man, see, am I down? Abahlanya abafethu abahlala estrade. Yo. You'll feel the physical pain whereby like I'm a joint, stomach cramps. Ilanga lobusto, I'll ask the guys to walk like emzimbeni wami so that I'll feel the physical pain because like I'm tired of feeling pain engaliboni.
So meaning they were stepping on your body?
Yeah. I'm the one who have permitted them to do such. Okay, kube into ukuthi that day ngiba ngcono nyana, but this first day, second day, third day I can't eat. It's very difficult. I can't even eat. The only thing that I do is just vomit. Vomit throughout. Fourth day hayiqala kuba ngcono yabo, but though I can't even eat, but ngiyezwa ukuthi manje like I've gained my strength.
Yeah.
Ngiba ngcono. Okay, cool. But the only thing that have saved me, Romans chapter 7, verse 14. I was one of those kids who are so stereotyped. You come with the Bible, I will tell you straight.
Yeah.
Then there was this verse ukuthi angiqonde ngikwenzayo, but instead I do what I hate. I was like,
what does it mean? Translate that for viewers.
Yes. I can't understand what I'm doing, but instead I do what I hate.
Yeah.
I was like, hey God, why are you? I'm saying, how do you know my problems and all? Then I was captured with that verse. After that and all, like being there, starting to hear the guys that I was with, because they were different guys. Some of them, they were people who were trafficking people. Some of them, they were guys who were selling drugs and all. But starting to share our stories and all, that's where I was like, no, change is possible. I even told myself, if change is possible for me, it could be possible for someone else who's on the streets.
Yeah.
I stayed there, but I only stayed there for 3 weeks. Then I was homesick. When I was homesick, it was the part of drugs are not there. how can I have an assurance that I'm no longer into drugs? Because we're not having drugs here. There's no anyone who's selling drugs.
Yeah.
So I cannot approve myself that I'm no longer into drugs while we're not in a space of fear that there are no drugs.
You don't have access to the drugs, yeah.
Then I asked that I need to go home. They're like, no, you're not ready enough. You cannot go home now. We need to go to this session and all. I told them that I respect whatever you guys are saying, but the decision that I've made, I need to go home. I went back home. Oh, when I came back home, my mom was skeptical about me that I'm okay now, that I'm no longer into drugs and all. But she couldn't say it with her own words, but you could tell the treatment and the behavior. I'm not judging them. The problem is I've stole things for them.
Yeah.
I've done most bad things for them. So it wasn't easy that after 3 weeks you're coming back, then you're saying you're okay, you've repented and all. Who you are, Jesus Christ. Coming from the tomb. You have just arrived, then you're okay now. I was like, nah. Yeah, I told myself, you need to give these people time.
And back their trust.
I stayed home, rehabilitated myself for 3 weeks. Okay. Each and every day I woke up, but do the chores in the house and all. 12 o'clock, read the Bible. After that, I even had the bedtime during the day. Imagine.
So you were used to the schedule from
exactly where we are coming from.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to the bed. Then after that 3 weeks that I had at my place, I was like, nah, I need to be exposed to the real world. And mind you, we used to live in the streets and all.
So when you came back, the friends that you were smoking with, they were not aware that you're back home?
They were.
And how did you deal with that? Because I'm assuming that they would come and want to hang out with you, and obviously surrounding yourself with them can make you to relapse.
What's gracious with that, it was my mama. I wouldn't lie to you. My mom, she's such a great parent. I'm even emphasizing that today. They'll come at my place, and they mind you, the guys who are using drugs and all, if you are no longer on drugs, they will off. Because they want to test that, for real, you're no longer into this. So they will come at my place. My mom will approach them and shout at them. When she shouted them all, make the woman come. My mom, nah, my mom, these are my friends and all. After that, I'll tell the girl,
you need to go.
You see the old woman that's fighting with you. Please give me a chance. This is not the right time. I'll come to you when it's right. I'll be come to the guys. Maybe hey, when I got back here, no, I'll come to you guys when I'm okay. Then time passed by and all. But what's great about myself, the point that I forgot to share, it was that after coming back to the institution where I received help, I started to share to each and every individual that I've met in the street that he hasn't given my drugs. You know why I was doing that? I was doing that we're going back to the starting point where we started, for an affirmation. They will applaud.
Yeah, I love that.
They will applaud. When you applaud, I'll have this thing that I don't want to disappoint them. So it goes, then instead go to church.
So you were actually getting accountability partners from them, because you needed to prove to them that this thing is doable and it's possible.
Also, why you are reminding me, Sash?
You've got so much stories to tell.
There is this stigma in our society. Because back then, guys who used to go to rehab, they used to relapse. Everyone in our society used to. I was the first one who managed to overcome the situation, like be sober for 6 years, 7 months as we speak now. What happened? Kube into uthi mangibuya, I was like, if I relapse, all the guys who are still smoking, their blood will be on my hands. So I'll be like, no, I cannot give in. I cannot give up for them. I'm carrying this for them to show them that it is possible, even if it's not easy, even if there are times that you might fall and all, but I'm carrying this for them. The greatest part about me, when I leave drugs, I've never compromised. I've checked that where do I start? I started with the cigarettes. I was like, no, like all those things, they could not be part of me. And you know what is another problem that we encounter in our society or even in our country or holistically? People never leave drugs alone, but they used to do substitute.
Yeah.
That I'm no longer using heroin, I'm gonna drink alcohol. Alcohol will trigger.
Or you can even be addicted to alcohol because definitely it's substance abuse at the end of the day.
Most definitely, but then alcohol is not enough like low-grade heroin. They will drink and then like, there is this small piece that is not there. If you can hit up with that, you're gonna be 100.
Because you're not sober-minded, so you
take irrational decisions. Yeah. So I was like, I've stayed for 8 months, not taking any substance that's gonna trigger something. Then it happened in life.
So now you've been clean for 6 years.
6 years, 8 months.
8 months. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. No, it happens after 7 months. Like, went to this gig, performance and all, they were 100 and all. They share wine. It was so beautiful. But I was like, you need to find limits. I had this self-justification because of wines and all, because I'm a Christian. But then still, I know, but like when my head started to be like, no, when to stop. Because the problem is substitute, which you'll find yourself with like, I know drugs are illegal. Very alcohol you could find in our shelves. So those are the things that we need to check. Most of the guys, the problem that they had made them to go back to the drugs. It was such that because they're no longer using this substance that it's not like publicized and all, they're using this that you'll find in our shops.
It's accessible.
It gave them an opportunity to end up going back. But then
so when you started drinking alcohol, what was going through your mind? Were you not scared of relapsing?
Yes. Or to tell you the truth, being honest with you, a part of me was so scared that you're taking a wrong path because you might find yourself going back. But being honest with you, the company that I have, friends, family, even today, I'm being exposed now.
You are exposing yourself.
It's okay. My family, even today, they don't know that I drink.
Yeah.
My friends, they do. They are so supportive. Those guys, they were there at my lowest.
Yeah.
They understand that, hey, bro, what kind? We'll have a vibe and all. When they see that it's getting out of hands and all,
limit, yeah.
Then and they'll speak sense to me each and every time.
And I think it's important that the people that you surround yourself with, they're able to hold you accountable when you're doing wrong things.
Exactly.
But also it's your decision to listen to them, because people can reprimand you, but if you don't want to listen, nothing is gonna change.
You have just said something that I always do when I share like this motivation that I normally do, that you are a captain of your own ship.
Yeah.
No one will make a decision for you. But then if there's someone who's directing you to the right path, it is in you that you wanna do a right thing or not.
Yeah.
So it's that.
Ultimately, it's your decision.
Yeah.
So where is Piet now? Because I hear you are making reference to God in the Bible. How would you say God assisted you or played a role in you being sober for 6 years and 8 months now? And where is Piet now?
What I've learned that there's nothing very important like fearing God like a man, more than like a man. Because what I've realized is singabasaba abantu, but it's pointless. But ukusaba uNkulunkulu as our God direct us, and that helped me at my lowest. Ngimbona like ukuthi he direct me ukuthi a way of moving ilokhu nalokhu. Someone will ask ukuthi hayibo umbona kanjani? We are speaking about spirituality. Akusiyinto ukuthi he'll reveal himself and say that, hey Mathieu, I'm God. But you'll see ukuthi kwezinye zezinto ukuthi this one is God. On my own, I wouldn't be able to do such, but he was there to help me to make amicable decisions ukuthi ngikhona ukuba right. So I was like, oh, okay, no, it works for me. Then it happens ukuthi azange ngiye ama-drugs ngase ngiyahlala kuphela. There are platforms engiwatholile from Mathieu, smash. There are opportunities engiwatholile from organizations such as those platforms had helped me ukuthi ngikhona ukuthi manje ngibona ukuthi where I'm going, and it had helped me to even uplift ukuthi as an individually, okay, you have moved from where you at manje sola. Ngiyasho ukuthi khona la uyakhona. So those kind of things that helped me ukuthi ngikhona ukuthi ngiqhubele phambili, like ngize ngibe recognized, because I've met abantu out of them bangifakele exposure. You'll find ukuthi I've met some other guy bekuyi-researcher eKFM bekangihlanganisela amagigi, starting to come with something endlini ukuthi mama yongithengela ikhabete le-10K. Mind you, besitshontsha amabhodi endlini and go sell them a script and all. So mawuthola abantu abanjalo ukuthi like they've given us a platform yokwazana nabanye abantu, starting to socialize and all. Hayibo ngithengile olilami ikhabethe le-10K. I think that's when the olilami libona ukuthi like most definitely wayekile ama-drugs. Bengeke asebenzise 10,000 rand angithengele ikhabethe mangabe wayekile ama-drugs. Then it happens ukuthi ngicale ngangathi awukho umsebenzi, but I will volunteer to any organization ekhona ngasekhaya ukuthi I could do anything. If you guys need a speaker to speak about drugs, I'm available. If you guys need to like a speaker to speak about GPV, I'm available. Because one thing that we've never addressed, I think this is new, most of the perpetrators with GPV are people who are using drugs. But it's something that it's been swept under the carpet because you'll find there are drunkards, there are people who are using drugs. GPV, it's not only for partners, but you'll find it's also for emdeni nekhaya. If I'm not getting imali drugs, I'll fight with my mom, I'll fight with my younger sister, I will steal izinto zakasiswami. It's also part of gender-based violence.
Domestic violence.
You get what I'm saying? Yes. So thanks for correcting me. Yes, it's domestic violence. It's part of, because izinto zasendlini ekhaya lezo zinto lezo. So after that I've realized man, why I'm not like partaking into such and talk nabantu who could relate. But a good advisor, someone who can relate to a situation. Umuntu amtshela ukuthi asikisi njengoba ushonele mangaba akazushonela. But if you go ashonele, so as an individual umuntu bekabhema ama-drugs, it's easier for me ukuthi ngikhulume nabafethu ababhema ama-drugs, and ngibe nalento ukuthi njengoba bengitshela earlier ukuthi a good advisor, someone can relate to a situation. Benginalento ukuthi igazi labafethu sezandleni zami. So I need to partake. Babon, it is possible. If it is possible for me, it could be possible for you too.
So you are now talking to those that are addicted to drugs. Are you Are you helping them in any way? Like, what is, because I truly believe that, you know, God doesn't allow us to go through such situations for us not to do anything about them. You know, you are one of the fewest that have survived. We can see in our communities it's really a societal pandemic, if you can put it that way. A lot of our young people are addicted to nyaupe, you know. So what are you doing with your testimony to help the young people in our communities? Not only those that are addicted, but even those that are now sober, because, you know, would rather be proactive than you know, react when they've already been you know, addicted to substance abuse. So what are you doing with your story?
Hey, you know what's lovely, my sister? Ne? Testifying is not enough. Testifying is more, it's like more like preaching.
Yeah.
But there's nothing greater than like living the life and let them sing it and being attracted to such. Ukwenza kanjani? Nathi singakhona. It inspire them without saying anything. For the mere fact ukuthi they know ukuthi we're living in one society, we're sharing the same struggle and all. When they see you and they say, he used to be the captain of the ring, but he have money to go out. Meaning even us, you not even need to, you go there for encouraging them because there is a need to talk with our friends and our people and all, because it's different stroke for different people. You'll find that the problem that had made us to go to drugs, they're not the same. So it helps. It's holistically therapeutically. When I'm speaking about that, some other guys that are into drugs, not because of bad, like they're naughty and all, but because of hunger. Some of the guys, they're into drugs because of the absence of their parents. Wow. As I've said, that you are coming from dysfunctional families, you'll find that their parents, they are there financial wise, but they are absent to talk with their problems and all. So I will have that opportunity and all to go and speak. When I'm speaking to my peers, no matter when I'm speaking to guys who are in a problematic of drugs, I put myself in their shoes. I'm not coming there with the mentality of being judgmental, but I'm going there as someone who understands their situation and all. And you know, they will start cheering and all. But then the problem is that what I've realized, it's not everyone who needs help who's into drugs.
Some are very comfortable where they are. Others, they're not ready. You know, I mean, like, you've made a decision to leave them.
Sorry for that. It's not the matter of being judgmental and all, but you could examine and tell, this one's not ready. Because you cannot force a change to an individual, but the thing that you can do to assist an individual to a change, those are the things that we need to check. Because you'll find parents will come at my place, pop up, but when we come at drugs, and you cannot be like hanging corner to parents. You go and evaluate the situation to their children. Then when you come across, you'll find that these guys that are willing, these are not. Because another thing, it differs. I'll tell you something which you'll ask me why you are saying this. I don't blame guys who relapse from drugs. It's not easy. And mind you, as a black society, there are a lot of things we are not taught. There are a lot of things that we don't understand. We are not familiar with mental health. So kind of things also drive us back to our situation and all. Then we say, but I've never gotten an opportunity to I need to go to a psychiatrist or a psychologist so that I was share everything that it's in me. Because as in we cannot share with our parents. like it's too much.
And you also need professional help. Our parents are not professionals. So it's important to go to therapy and deal with that accordingly with a professional.
So those are the things that we need to familiarize our community with such, but we don't know how. But those are the things that we need to check. How to tackle and strategize. Abantu baselokishini, they need to understand. Mental health illness, it's something that is there, and it's something that needs to be brought into the table and talk about.
Yeah, very true. So now, in closing, what would you say are the, let's say, five things that you would say? Let's say one of our viewers here has a family member that is struggling with
drugs,
alcohol, you know. Or even one of our viewers here, they are watching and they're like, Piet, I'm there where you used to be. Like, what would be top 5 things that you'd say would assist them to, to fight the addiction?
Or first of all, I'll tell someone who's out of drugs, like me, that it's not easy. As you have prayed and planned, not everything gonna work out of your plans. You need to be patient of yourself as an individual. Then as someone who wants to be out of drugs, they need to understand that each and every day that comes upon our life is a second chance. You need to have that thing in your mind that there is someone who have died out of drugs yesterday. So I'm receiving this chance to change my life. Yes, it couldn't be like an overnight thing, but you need to start to amend and implement to make a change in your life. Then to parents who've got children who are suffering from drugs, to families who've got like children who are suffering from drugs, we're not fighting with them, but we are finding a way of what is it, the core problem of these kids. Because the problem is not the drugs. The drugs is a secondary key. It's a secondary key. That it's revving its own. But you might find that kids, they're not okay. There are root cause of not being okay. We need to find those things. What are those roots that are troubling kids for not being okay? Then to the society, the stigma. The stigma. Our society at times, they're also partaking for our brothers and sisters to continue to be on drugs. If you are buying something that it's been sold by someone who's on drugs, you are a perpetrator. That they need to continue. But there are channels that you can do for them, that you can suppress them not to continue onto drugs. But you'll find our societies are busy buying izinto esizitshontsha emakhaya bayazithenga lezo zinto lezo. Meaning ukuthi ngiyazi ukuthi mangisuka la ngizoya ku-anti zibani, u-anti zibani uzoyithenga i-private engiyitshontshile uma wami. But if asinabo abantu abanjalo, it could limit because
they don't have anyone to sell it to.
Exactly. So those are the things that we need to check.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Piet. Thank you so much. I think, I usually would invite you to talk to young people. I love that you are very open about your story. And that, you deal with you deal with it based on the level of the people that you're talking to. We've been to churches together, we've been to schools, together. And, you are able to adapt to a level that the audience that you're talking to can relate to your story. Because, I really truly believe that your story is for parents that are dealing with kids that have the same issue, or even kids that have the same, and it's not even kids, it can be an old man or woman, married, stable, seen by the community as stable.
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
they have issues that they are dealing with, and they numb the pain with drugs and alcohol. So I really appreciate you for coming here. I really appreciate the work that you're doing. Continue to share your story, and hopefully our viewers here appreciate you today for coming, for sacrificing your day and coming to chill with us. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much. My name is Mjaja and I'm here with Piet. Please don't forget to subscribe, to comment, and to share this video to help whoever that may need assistance with substance abuse, alcohol and substance abuse. I am going to cut it here, but Piet has an offering that is special to close our video officially. So I'm gonna hand over to you.
He who came as a friend, the pain and the sorrows, they washed away. Unfortunate that was just a temporary thing. He then flipped like a coin. I started to wake up with a funny feeling on my stomach. When I told him about it, he laughed at me and said, yeah, you're getting used to me. I couldn't understand what he was implicating with that statement. He then gave me silly advice. Remember, he came as a friend. He said, if I want to start my day on a good mood, I need to invite him. I fall on his trap and obey his command. He then say, if I want to start my day, I need to invite him, as I have said earlier on. He then flipped like a coin. The paint that he was painting all along, it was real dark. The wall he have bolted, they were too high. I couldn't even jump out. When I shout for help, people, they couldn't even out-hear me. It was like I was dancing in the mud but complaining of being dirty. He then started to act like a sugar daddy. He wanted us to go to a boxing ring without gloves. When I complain, he will say to me, remember, I've bought you a Peruvian weave. Remember, I've bought you an iPhone. They were things he will remind me that he bought me. But he came as a friend. Now he's starting to act like a hooligan. Now he's starting to act like an oppressor. He came as a friend. He had taught me his way of isolating myself from my folks. He had taught me his ways of being a criminal. Oh no, I was a good child. But now I'm starting to succumb on whatever that he's doing because he came as a friend. The pain and the sorrows, they washed away. But now instead of being washed away, it feels like the pain are added. When I check and reflect to self, it seems like I've added pain to another pain, calling such a friend as a good friend, but now it's an oppressor to me. It came as a friend. This friend of mine that I'm talking about is low-grade heroin, eyaziwa ngokuthi nyawup, eyaziwa ngokuthi unga, eyaziwa ngokuthi umshanguza wabantu abagulayo, but he came as a friend. Thank you. Came as a friend.